to another Top Tip Wednesday with Scraping Solutions. In today's video, I'll be discussing 5 common misconceptions that people have about web scraping. The first misconception we discussed in last week's video, and it is whether web scraping is legal. This is perhaps the biggest myth surrounding web scraping technology. The misconception out there is that web scraping is all about stealing content from others. As mentioned in last week's video, web scraping in itself is very much legal unless the motive behind the process is malicious. For instance, using copyrighted data as your own. But you can use web scraping to help with your analysis. To be on the safe side, always read and understand the terms of service before using the data you obtained from websites. The second misconception is that you can scrape any website. The truth is that not all websites can be scraped easily. Some site owners have implemented anti-scraping techniques to prevent scraping because they do not want their information to be freely accessed. Even though you can work around these techniques, it will take you a long time and you'll waste a lot of money, which may not be worth it in the end. The third myth is that web scraping is expensive. Naturally, many businesses outsource web scraping services to companies offering the service or to freelancers. And just so that we are clear, web scraping is cheap in terms of the return on investment it provides in the long run. First of all, you will need to determine how complex your project is. If you have a broad and long-term project, hiring a vendor will be more profitable for you since they usually guarantee you'll get your data on time every time. Another advantage of hiring a web scraping company is that some provide additional services, like further processing data to fit your needs. So, even though getting some professional service may cost you some money, the benefits far outweigh the cost. In fact, if you do your math, you will realize that these companies will get you a large amount of data at a relatively low cost. 4 is that it's hard to set up. No doubt, web scraping comes with its challenges, especially when you're starting. But there are plenty of ready-to-use tools that will help you navigate through the initial stages if you don't have any prior knowledge of data science. You should also consider outsourcing scraping. Many companies offer top-notch web scraping services and are always ready to give you well-structured and easy-to-process information. It will save you a lot in terms of time and effort because you won't have to dive into details and do everything on your own. And the final misconception is that web scraping and web crawling are the same. Even though there is a very thin line between the two, they are still not the same. They have different features and they are used for different purposes. Web crawling is essentially the act of automatically downloading data from a given site together with all the hyperlinks. Web scraping, on the other hand, is the process of downloading data from the target site and fetching detailed information from it. In conclusion, web scraping is not some outer space knowledge and it's way easier to learn and use than you may think. Or you can choose to outsource this task and let the professionals do their thing. This will guarantee you high quality data that's easy to work with. I've attached a link below in case you have a web scraping project that you want a quote for. Thanks so much for watching this week's video, and I hope this has helped clear a few misconceptions up for you. Have a great week ahead.